Because I'm sure we're gonna see something from Soin as well.
첫 번째 질문. 우승 후보는 현재 TP 리그 파이널에 언데드 선수가 3명이 올라가 있는데 그 언데드 3명 중에 1명이 아닐까라고 생각합니다. 이유 같은 경우엔 현재 언데드 선수를 잡을 만한 가장 유력한 선수가 이제 휴먼 선수 중에 1명이라고 생각하는데 휴먼 선수 중에서 결승전에 올라올 확률이 높은 사람이 없을 것 같거든요. 다른 선수들에 비해서. 그래서 중간에 휴먼 선수들이 언데드를 만나게 되면 언데드를 이길 수 있을 것 같지만 왠지 휴먼 선수들이 다른 선수들한테 질 것 같아서 결국에 결승전에 언데드가 올라올 것 같은데 그 언데드를 누구도 못 잡을 것 같아서 언데드 3명 중에 누군가가 우승을 할 것 같습니다. 두 번째, 매치 중에 가장 인상 깊었던 경기. 제 경기 중에서 생각을 해보면 세 번째 달 매치에서 8강 때 이제 120 선수를 만났었는데 그 120 선수랑 했었던 이제 세 번째 경기가 에코아일이었는데 그 에코아일이 좀 기억에 남습니다. 그 에코아일 경기에서 승리를 하면서 제가 TP 리그 포인트를 얻어서 이번 파이널에 진출할 수 있었던 것 같기도 하고, 그 다음에 추가적으로 그 경기 자체가 제가 좀 운영을 돌리면서 좀 힘들게 이겼는데 그래서 더 좀 기억에 남는 것 같습니다. 세 번째, 현재 버전에서 가장 좋은 종족 같은 경우에는 우선 두 가지 종족 중에서 좀 고민을 했습니다. 휴먼과 이제 언데드 이 두 종족이 좀 생각이 들었는데 그 두 종족이 다 다른 종족을 상대했을 때 적어도 불리하지 않다라는 느낌이 있거든요. 그러니까 유리하거나 아니면은 적어도 이제 반반 느낌이 있는데, 그렇게 되면 이제 휴먼과 언데드 그 둘이 만났을 때 누가 좀 더 유리하냐라는 생각을 해봤을 때 휴먼 대 언데드전은 휴먼이 좀 더 유리하다고 현재 버전은 그렇게 생각을 하기 때문에 현 버전에서는 휴먼이 가장 좋은 종족인 것 같습니다. 네 번째, 현재 쓰는 아이디 같은 경우에는 제가 중학생 때 이 아이디를 처음으로 만들었던 걸로 기억을 합니다. 그때 당시에는 이제 제가 좀 어렸었기 때문에 이제 어리다는 의미로 해서 한국어로 이제 어린 사람이라는 의미거든요. 소위. 그래서 이 아이디를 쓰고 있는데 지금은 너무 오래돼가지고 이제 더 이상 어린 사람이 아니라서 이거를 바꿔야 되는가 라는 고민도 굉장히 많이 했었는데 딱히 좋은 아이디어도 떠오르지 않고 굳이 이거를 이제 와서 바꾼 게 의미가 있나 라는 생각도 들어서 늙었지만 그냥 이 아이디를 계속 쓰고 있습니다. 다섯 번째 질문. 예나 지금이나 제가 대회를 참여하기 전인 아마추어나 현재 지금이나 항상 이 선수가 오크 선수에서는 가장 좋은 모습을 보여주고 있어요. 그래서 이 선수의 뭐 컨트롤 아니면 전략을 만드는 능력 이런 것들 전체적으로 다 되게 밸런스가 좋은 선수라고 생각합니다. 그래서 이 선수를 좀 따라 배우고 싶은데 되게 옛날부터 생각했었는데 좀 따라 배우기가 좀 어려운 것 같아요. 여섯 번째, 저한테 이런 별명이 있는 게 제가 가끔씩 좀 잘하는 선수들을 잡다 보니까 이런 별명이 생겼나 본데 좀 항상 운이 좀 잘 따라서 그렇게 가능했던 것 같은데 그리고 저 빌드도 좀 제 개인적인 생각으로는 제 빌드를 좀 많이 만들었다고 생각하는데 승률이 좀 좋지 않아요. 이제 빌드를 만들었음에도 불구하고 뭐 10번 시도하면 한 번 이길까 말까 할 정도로 제 새로운 빌드에 대한 그 승률이 되게 좋지 못하거든요. 그래서 최근에도 다른 전략을 만들어가지고 언데드전이 힘들다 보니까 언데드전 전략을 만들어서 좀 써봤는데 결과가 역시나 좀 좋지 못했던 것 같고요. 그래서 당장은 좀 만들어 놓은 게 없는데 또 모르겠습니다. 또 그 대회 시기에 맞춰가지고 또 다른 빌드 아이디어가 떠올라가지고 만들 수 있을지 모르겠는데 뭐 당장은 좀 기본 전략, 기본 이제 제 컨트롤 능력을 좀 더 기르는 게 최우선이지 않을까라고 생각을 합니다.
Yep. What can I say? Spot on translation. The world is the world, and it's very famous. Also, I think I can't eat it in a fridge. That's my favorite.
It's not very soft, so it's very soft.
I'm not gonna be a criminal, okay, dude? Oh god, oh man, how do we get serious after this? Yeah. Well, he said he's gonna make a lot of noise, so Soin, make some noise. Whew.
What a way to open the series, Soin, indeed, with quite the statement. As we are officially now entering into the first game of Group B of the TP League Season 2 Finals. Fortitude, one of the big favorites of this tournament, going up against Soin. Seems like some humans out there are struggling a bit against ORC at the moment, but Soin's still going into this as the underdog. First map for us will be the old classic Lost Temple, where Fortitude has the worst spawn imaginable. Bad luck for him, but it doesn't have to stop him.
That is right. Yesterday, we were a bit worried if we see Lost Temple once, and man, we see it for the third time already, I think. So, here we go. Fast here it is for Soin, that was to be expected. Archmage, of course, 440, but you pointed it out. This positioning is not good, and also the scouting goes into the opposite direction. 40 in a bit of trouble already.
And the Farseer has to do a double take, I guess. He's not going to go towards the expansion. He's going to harass in the main base again. Oh yeah, this is also what we saw from Fly. Yesterday, Sock here lost 8 peasants. That was a complete disaster. Fortitude going to try to do a bit better.
Yeah, and he should be. But okay, Wolf sees it now, can't allow a last hit, and doesn't. The stability of 40, certainly his strong suit, but there's a Farseer in the base alongside a Wolf. Do you like the smell?
It smells quite beastly. Grunt again at the expansion like we saw before from Fly, still posing a threat there. Not the easiest position at all for 40 right here. Wait, is he... Oh, is he surrounding the Grunt? Oh, that would be a painful loss, of course.
Here we go. Is it closed? Oh, it didn't look closed, but it is now. Ay, ay, ay. Can he fight out? This peasant is not opening it up. How much damage can he put on the Farseer? Here we go. It's still closed. Oh boy. Never lose a Grunt in the early game.
Expansion is at least successfully delayed quite a bit. More peasants still perhaps to fall. Wolves in the main base. Gonna get one more. Alright. Farseer getting some decent XP here. Level 1.5. But by no means getting that level 2 just yet.
I am having some struggle with the stream. Please provide a radio cast for us.
Thank you, by the way. We had some more resubs. Darkwing Duck with the resub says his heating also broke, referring to 40 there. Rabbit Lord with the resub says, Remo and Neo together, what a wonderful morning for me. As your fanboy, I am going to be happy for the whole week. Glad. Makes it very glad to hear, buddy. Thank you. And Dewey with the resub as well. So let's go BW forever. We're still very much in the early game stages. Wolf harass continuing on, but Farseer has stopped finding kills for now. It seems like. Expansion timing should be around 5 minutes or so, but the lumber is not looking too grand on the human side.
Yeah, it is actually not visible for me on the stream up until now, but we back. Farseer a bit hurt. Militia still attack, but only at 50%. Wolves only won't be able to get the kills here. Archmage was leveling quite a bit. Sorry for the inconvenience, people of the internet. But yeah, we're back now. We didn't miss anything of value. Expo up, Arcane Tower coming, and Soin. He's been quite a lamer recently, I gotta say. Lots of TC, Shockwave, Raider attacks, and this is probably what we're gonna get as well, plus an early pillage upgrade.
And another Grunts around. This is the second one. Can that one be denied? No, this is big experience for the AM. On this map, when you fast expand, getting level 3 can be very, very, very difficult. Getting these 2 Grunt kills here is quite meaningful. 2.5 now on the AM, 1.7 on the Farseer. But still no tech in sight for the human.
Okay, can he stabilize? If it's only raiders, then footmen can do a solid job against them. If they can reach, that's oftentimes the problem. Not having any catch. For that, you need tier 2, of course, for Stormbolt, Clap, and Slow. But yeah, if it's Wyvern, that's going to be a bit more problematic. But looks like Soin is taking a step back for the time being with only his 1 grunt, healing up a little bit. And that is 40 time.
Creeping 1 camp in the middle. Should be enough for level 3 AM, thanks to these great grunt kills he got earlier. Certainly seems 40 looking a bit more impressive here at the start of the first map, but the danger is far from over. Peasants can still be sniped one by one. Shockwave will become useful once more. Wolves in the main, heroes at the expansion. 40 gonna have to respond.
And we respond to TW3 Builds-a-Boo. Thank you for the 23-month resub. Still no tower there. That is another worker down. You can, of course, reply or replenish your lumber workers at the expansion now, but it still cost. You really don't want to go for Archmage and Snare. TC looking for the surround. Other footmen. Oh, just dribbling through. That was hella close. Could have stopped this push immediately. But how do you get out now if you're the TC?
Oh. Still stuck there in the back of the expansion. Seems like somehow he's getting out though. Fortitude messing up a little bit with the surround. Oh, and lagging as well. Perhaps that's the reason.
Whee. Unfortunate timing. I think like a farm on the right-hand side could have helped him a lot here. But in the end, he couldn't eat it in the fridge.
Yeah, sometimes when it's not very soft, it's very soft. It's just the way it goes.
The world is the world and it's very famous. We will have so much fun with this translator for the rest of the tournament, dude. I cannot wait.
Things might start to get pretty dangerous for you soon, though. When more and more raiders come out with a mass end snare and also the building kill threat, it's very scary to be out and about with the footies, because as you can see, they are just going to get ensnared and picked off one by one. It's going to be about buying time right now. 40 needs tier 2. Needs a second hero. Needs the sanctums. Right now is when Soin needs to strike and do big damage.
The production by 40 is ramping up. He's still supply blocked at the moment. 40 is falling. Maybe with a chance of taking out grunt number 3, but not just yet. Lots of control, of course, now on the side of Soin with ensnare. Shop not up just yet. And Soin with pillage is, of course, getting quite a bit rich.
It seems like there's always just enough footies to pose a threat still. If there's only like 3 to 4 footmen, they all get ensnared instantly, die, and just feed experience. But 40 just barely has enough always to actually bring something against the Orcish horde. And now tier 2 is done. And now the MK and the tier 2 buildings can start.
Speaking of bringing something, we get backpack now. Not only for Kaho earlier, but also for Soin, and I love it. Why not? Raiders will be streaming into this fight. They're coming from the main where the shop is and can always bring heal selves and clarities.
And healing is needed on these low HP raiders. The TC not being level 2 yet, not having the aura here is pretty annoying. And this is not normally what this matchup looks like. Normally the Orc harassed here on tier 2, he is utterly dominant, and the human has to scrap everything together to somehow not die, but Fortitude is in a way better position here. He's looking confident. He's fighting out on the map without any tier 2 units, still with the MK in production, but 40, he ain't afraid of nothing.
Yeah, as long as he has an Archmage, Water Elemental and a couple of footmen, that seems to be enough for him. Gets a Raider in return with the third surround of the game. Footmen are falling, but so is the... No, not the TC, thanks to the level up. Ultra close. And a deny on the grunt. Soin with some good moves here, but in the end, it's still losses.
And we see a tier 3 rush again by 40 here. We've seen that a lot from the humans, seemingly, this tournament. Masson's there now on the AM. This might force the TP finally, but look at that. The TC is hurt as well. He can't really commit. More kills still going 40's way. 40's just owning Soin now, to be honest.
Yep. This is just an avalanche that you can't stop anymore. Next hammer has the TC's name on it. Hero Focus is the name of the game, but there is a town portal. There we go. And 40 with an Expo is super safe now. And I think you can see it in Soin's face that he's not too happy about the outcome of these skirmishes.
Yeah, and this was basically best case scenario. Of course, you had the close spawn to the human, natural, but a beautiful creep there also by 40. Made sure that he crept it quick and gave up no XP. And yeah, with those 2 grunt kills, that was, of course, a big mistake on Soin to lose the grunts the way he did. And now we're moving into inner fire rifles, something that is rarely seen in this match.
That's right. Can still be very, very powerful. Against Raiders, obviously not the best damage type, but if you have enough of them, should still be fine, especially alongside Bolt and Clap. TC far away from 3. And we're fighting for the middle now. There is a TP again. There's also a heal potion. Archmage should be safe around the fountain now. Little bit tricky. But whoever gets the fountain gets the win. And that is 1-0 Overseer going to Fortitude with an Ankh. So not even Hero Focus the best option anymore. Raider control kinda nice against the Priest. Takes out 2 in very quick succession. But the rifles and the damage is still there.
So just way too much. He lost so many grunts and raiders. Akodo now as well. And just outplayed. Outplayed start to finish. GG it is. And 40 takes our first map.
Damn, dude. Yo, this didn't come together. Despite the close position, 40 didn't care at all. Brute Force Expo with a little bit of a late attack. And, of course, 2 gifts with the grunts. That hurt a lot.
Yeah. When you play this 1 base versus 2 and you want to put on the tier 2 aggression with the Raiders, you really don't want to lose momentum. You don't want to give the opponent too much strength. And you also want to do more damage than that normally in the early game. How much really died? 4 peasants? 3 peasants? 4 peasants? That's not that much considering that position. Fortitude, just quick reactions, knowing what to do. You can feel the confidence in his play as well. He knows what he can get away with and what not. And 40 continues to impress us.
Right on. Man, good to see that 40 is not crumbling under all this pressure when he, for once, is one of the top 3 players in this tournament, shows up and owns. Like, that's the 40 we expected to see for now. Next map, Northern Isles. I really hope Soin has a different plan. Or a better execution. Or both.
Yeah, Northern Isles seems to revolve a lot more about 1 base play nowadays. Expansion here can be attempted by the human, but if you run into an orc with 1 grunt into Headhunter, that makes life very difficult. So I would say it's fairly likely here to see a 1 base play. In that case, Soin might be able to rely on, a fast tech into TC, get the levels going, get level 3, maybe contest the middle, and get into a decent start. And with a more normal game, we hope that no grunts will be surrounded early on.
All right. Maybe faster pressure with the Farseer as well if he's rushing across. Maybe he takes a sidestep for some chain lightning. Severe lack of AoE damage there despite the TC shockwave. Solid ideas, I guess, with the brute force pillage very early on, also with the backpack, but it just didn't come together. The sustain wasn't there. And if you lose units in that quick succession and your opponent has an Expo, that's not going well together.
Yeah, seems like we are having a little bit of issues here with hosting the second map, but should have that under control soon enough. Yeah, Soin finds himself up against a tough task right away. This is, of course, a pretty damn difficult group for Soin and Remind, 2 of the biggest names in the game right now in the same group, 40 and 1-0. These are the big favorites. Anything other than these 2 doing top 2 would be a big surprise. I think I mentioned yesterday that Soin, if he's in good shape and on point, he's also very scary against Undead. But to be honest, that first map didn't look very on point.
Yeah, and unfortunate for him, 1-0 is also a beast against the Horde, where Happy sometimes struggles. It's really hard to find a flaw in a 1-0 Undead versus Orc game. With his Ghoul Flood, that of course fares well against Soin's Farseer style as well, but that is up for tomorrow. I kind of got conflicting infos from the admin, by the way, if we redraw for the Ascension phase or not. The first info was we roll again. And then the second info is the other 12 players will be in the same group after the group stage. So I'm not much smarter than I was before asking.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't know. The world is very famous.
The world is indeed very famous. And you shouldn't eat it in a fridge. Dude, imagine.
Sounds to me like we're sticking with the same groups though. Like normally, if it was done before as well, then seems like the most likely outcome.
Imagine, by the way, someone is joining now and didn't see the Soin interview and has no idea what we're talking about, and all of a sudden it's about fridges and a famous world. Like the viewers from TV Proco, thank you very much for the raid. We are here in the TP League, round of 16, opener for Group B. 40 had a wonderful first game against Soin, and now we're waiting for map 2 to start.
Alrighty, map 2, Northern Isles. What can we expect here? Farseer and Archmage, it certainly should be again. Although we have, at times, seen an MK first. Is Fortitude an MK first player in this matchup? I wouldn't really say so. Can be very strong if you get the right items and level up timings with Stormbolt against Headhunters especially. But its AM play is looking so strong right now, and it's looking more than sufficient.
Right on. Well, we're still waiting for the game. Maybe you guys got some time on your hand and nothing better to do. Exclamation mark award. We are nominated as the best non-main streamers of the year at the earlygame.gg awards, and you can vote as many times as you want. Maybe you need a second, third, fourth email address, but you can vote as many times as you want every single day. So go get him, just like we got, holy moly, a 40 euro super chat by Crab Grenade. Nice nickname. My man deserved this. Less than 3. Crab Grenade, I hope you're having a wonderful time.
Thank you very, very much, Crab Grenade. That is extremely... what's the word?
Generous?
Generous of you, yes. Very, very generous. Thank you very much. Watching over on YouTube, where we're also streaming nowadays. I heard that for some people, apparently, in their smart TV, the Twitch app stopped working, Neil. Can you believe that? Multi-billion-dollar company Amazon in the Twitch app ain't working. Good thing we're also on YouTube.
To be honest, it's kind of the same for me, especially with Samsung TVs. You can't even install the app. It's a shame.
It's weird.
Damn shame.
You think that's revenge because Twitch pulled out of Korea? They're like, no, no Twitch.
Well, that I think it's the other way around. That Samsung probably exists for like 4 years already. Maybe it's Twitch's revenge to pull out of Korea. But yeah, unfortunately, some other reasons for that.
All right, fellas, I think we finally have managed to fix our hosting situation because map 2 is now ready. Fortitude up 1-0. Soin seemed a bit outclassed there on map number 1. This one, his pick, hopefully gonna look a bit better for him.
Wow, you are again several seconds ahead of me. I'm gonna refresh real quick to hopefully be able to catch up. And there we go. 40 on the upper right-hand side. Soin has to tie this up, starting from the bottom left.
Looking like a very standard opening so far indeed. Farseer Grunt into Headhunters, it should be. For 40 on this map in the past, I saw an instant Tuskar creep quite a lot. I like that creep route a ton because you get a big consumable right away, which can be very helpful, and an instant level 2. If you don't go for that opening, even level 2 can be quite tough to achieve. We saw a fast expansion on map 1. On this map, it is perhaps not impossible, but hard to pull off. This might be more of a one-base kind of game.
Right on. With only 2 farms, that makes sense. You can still go for a powerful rifle caster army or a caster army, or even a tower supported push that Fortitude loves to do for years now, and one of the only players who still does it. But yeah, comes down to the early game a lot. Who will level faster, who will hurt the enemy economy faster, and especially as a human player with an Archmage Water Elemental sneaking into Orc bases, quite hype at the moment.
Yeah, 2 farm tech, something that I think... Was it Jimiko who first played it? I think it may have been. Fortitude didn't play this at all for a long time. Always 3 farm tech, never expanding, always going defend, always trying to get level 3. But as you mentioned before, he has become more versatile, playing expansions now, playing 2 farm tech now, and I wonder how well he's going to play this. Because the 2 farm tech is a very specific strat. You have very little to work with at the moment. And in the early game, you have a level 1 Archmage and 3 footies, and that's it for a long time.
Feels like Soin has a bit of a wrong read though, as if he expected 40 to fast expand. You can still go for the little green, and it's always an issue for the humans to get level 2 here. But is this really doing enough already?
And so far 40 is getting everything he wants here. Especially experience is the one thing you want to focus on, because level 2 is so important.
That's it. Got it. 1.98. One more kill for one of these Murlocs is level 2. And the Brilliance Aura. And... oh, no deny. Surprising. Headhunter's coming in and snared. Oh no, not again! Soin! I think he's able to fix it this time though.
Yeah, didn't quite last long enough. Headhunter gets away. And the AM is still stuck on only level 1. Not quite perfect. Getting something from the shop. Circlet. Oh, and the Headhunter runs back into the waiting arms of the Archmage. That's... seems a bit unnecessary.
That's level 2. If there's no deny. Also, you need some great execution here now. Oh, in the end, he's just helping. And Brilliance Aura unlocked. That's, of course, going to be a lot more Water Elementals. Once again, not the early game that Soin was hoping for.
Yeah, I feel like 40 is just doing this way better. Looking confident and also mechanically. You could also see how he was perfectly playing around the last hit there. And then Soin loses his nerve, goes for the attack too early. But also just the creeps, the way he was able to contest the creeps. 40 just looking better so far.
Rock solid 40. Second highest player in the ELO ranking. Playing like a goddamn star so far. Water Elemental resummoned. The other one should be denied. Of course, trying to chip in a little bit more damage onto the wolves. It is a summoner's battle. It is a race for XP. And now we got piercing damage on both sides with the arrival of rifles.
MK rifles seems to be the call here this time. Bit more experience up for grabs still from the summons here, as creeping at the moment has been suspended. But another nice deny by 40. Also not allowing this one to go to the Farseer.
Not even close to level 2 is the Farseer, so you don't have to worry about Chain Lightning at all. Your Mountain King prediction was once again correct, and the damage output seems very, very fine. Wonder if this was Fortitude's game plan all along, to have these big brawls in the middle of the map, or if he originally wanted to sneak his way across and go for the burrows, because that seems a bit too late now.
Yeah, I think with the 2 farm opening you can't really do that. It's just too weak early. You just have to focus on brawling in the middle, getting as many creeps as you can. Early attack upgrade on Soin. Not going to be prioritizing the Headhunters here. I wonder if this is going to lead to some Raider lane play? Maybe. This is not something he's unfamiliar with, of course.
Archmage with another last hit. Oh, Farseer is so hurt. Headhunter is so hurt. And I don't see any kind of threat for this Archmage, as long as you position him well. TC Shockwave can't knock him out, I think. Chain Lightning has not been unlocked yet. And Fortitude's game is just coming together.
Yeah, this is the dream for the human. Normally, until you have like priests and long rifles and maybe level 2 MK, normally you're in the back foot. Normally it's the orc who dominates the map. But just like on map 1, Soin's never able to establish that dominance. 40 is just refusing to give away.
Yeah. And he's under pressure, creeping now as well. Only an aura for that TC. MK, hammer. Oh, little bit of a waste. Steals all going towards Soin here, or last hits all going towards 40 here. Speed scroll, escape, grunt lives. Oh my god, the longest Stormbolt in history.
But Soin just always looking timid, always on the back foot. And he didn't make a lodge, right? So there's gonna be no shaman, no purge, just all round beef brawling from these grunts and raiders, which are especially susceptible to the clap later on.
And maybe even slow as well when it's about the hit and run. Throwing in one sorceress can change a lot. Creepjack again in the middle, but the Warlord is done already. Heal wards, fantastic, especially for a creeping phase. But casters are being caught. Has to trade now or TP out. First priest down, second priest down. Similar things happened on Lost Temple here. So lack of healing and lack of dispel against the wolves. That's problematic. And Snare catching a raider. And all of a sudden, Soin is a bit on fire.
Well, both sides here finding kills. Supply is still with the human. Stormbolt versus Ensnares finding kills each. Militia arrival a little bit late. That should have been happening a little bit faster. I think this could have resulted in a better fight for 40 had it done a bit better, but we are where we are. And 40, most importantly, he hasn't been bullied off the map. He can still keep creeping and keep leveling this MK.
Especially with the heal wards. He can creep pretty much whatever he wants. Is it clap or is it bash? Always up for discussion. Clap it is. And shockwave on Soin's side. So another indicator that this is going to be an economy game, a harass-heavy game. And is that going to be successful? 40 has a pretty clear idea of what's going on.
We haven't seen a big stomp from the TC yet. This might be changing now. Grunt goes down here at the start. It seems like, where are the militia? They might be late once more.
Rifles coming, shockwave number 1, again going for the casters. Priests are not having a good time here. Also the riflemen under the net. And over time, Raiders and TC do quite a bit of damage, especially with that upgrade. And 40, is it really that wise to go for these extended trades? If you get the Farseer, there is, and the Militia, as you called it, a little bit late. No exit kills here, but that Expo should still be toast.
一位玩家的部队正遭到攻击。
Oh, 40 now, a little bit greedy. He's creeping the MK and trying to cancel the expansion just with the AM at the same time. If this backfires, this could be pretty painful. But the Orc army is nowhere in sight, so actually it works out perfectly. And 40 gets both things that he wanted, cancels the expansion, and will get the level 3 MK. And that lands Soin in a very, very bad position.
On the dot, level 3. The level 2 clap against only shockwave. I don't know if that's not a lack of crowd control eventually. The arms race going to the humans so far. Double level 3 against only wolves level 2 with priest coming in. There is the spell, they're not that strong. And 40 positioning himself in the middle of the map, confident as he is.
Alright, next to the shop, we're gonna have the next big objective. Once again, Militia can become a factor here. And 40 moving into a nice position.
Shockwave wasn't able to get the kill here, a little bit of a waste. Heal ward counters it, everything's blocked. You can't really engage. Where's the surface area? Where are the grunts and raiders supposed to do some damage? I don't really see it. Lightning, chain lightning also just tickle damage the militia this time a lot earlier. Maybe a little bit too early. But Soin can't take the fight. Against heal scroll, invo potion, no chance.
MK also looking extremely tanky. So much armor, a bit of bonus health as well. He's going to be a great frontliner. And the level 2 clap, of course, that is the super sick counter against the Raider Grunt army. Also, adding in now some sorceresses. We're going to have a bit of slow to work with soon as well. 40 banking resources here. And if he doesn't suffer any more losses, soon he can break into a strong big army.
And that MK is already a beast, dude. Close to 13 armor, close to 1k HP. Invu potion, heal scroll.
一座基地
Brilliance Aura 2 is fueling him as well.
一位玩家的部队
Maybe an opportunity for Creepjack coming here on the right-hand side lab, but with all these spells, dude, he's almost done with this. Parry up for more HP, but okay, we do get the fight. Fake high ground. Raider down immediately. Heal scroll against the Shockwave. 40 wants to gobble up all that XP that's left from the Tuska. But also Soin getting quite some kills. 40 may be a little bit greedy. Going for the Zeppelin. Clap comes in. Shockwave. Lots of casters down all of a sudden. And the rifle's very much exposed. Militia coming in now. Everything unloading once again. Sick dodge against the Shockwave. Reposition. Is 40 just playing with Soin at the moment?
Yeah, this is a sick creepjack by Soin. I think 40 is feeling all of a sudden that this game wasn't necessarily his already. And again, where are the militia? The biggest mistake this whole game for 40 is the militia. They were just chasing after a Kodo this whole time, not really being a help in the big fight where they were needed.
Exactly.
And now the expansion is up, and all of a sudden, this game is playable.
And the Expo is up as well. Not mining, but up. The Kodo is gone on the left-hand side. Still living. Grunt's also still healthy. 40 needs some big plays now. He doesn't have mana for Clap anymore. Stormbolt, Water Elemental, that's all there is. But it's level 2 Water Elementals. And yeah, again, we're not getting militia, but peasants moving across the map.
If they build a shop, that could be quite strong. But the human army looking rather minimal at the moment. The water elementals, though, proving to be really strong. Remember, there's no shaman, there's no purge. These elementals, quite formidable.
Right on, but there's also no priest against the wolves, and they are still hungry. Crit number 1, resummon. There's plenty of shockwaves, but actually not too many targets for it. So far, 40 holds his ground, but sometimes you're just one end snare away from a hero loss. There was it. Zeppelin coming in and snared right away. Counter blocked by peasants. 40 is getting some kills and closing that supply gap.
Seems like a very even exchange at the moment. So in making the right call here, going after the casters, the priests are easy to snipe, especially with the raiders, but he's always taking a lot of damage in return.
Ooh, Brilliance Aura level 2, an absolute blessing. Same for Ensnare. If units are ensnared, you can't load them up into the Zeppelin. Raider falling. And again, a 10 supply gap. Shockwave against the peasants now. Mountain King's not looking too healthy anymore. And the heal wards, they're gone.
Every Stormbolt here is a dangerous weapon, though.
Farseer dead! Just like that was the night eventually. 40 seeing that one opportunity.
Yeah, sick deny there as well, to be honest. That would have been level 5 AM probably, if not for the deny. Very nicely done. Soin gonna go for the tavern res, back to the shop, and there he can heal very nicely with the heal cells and clarities. But it seems like he still has to hold the expansion to win this game.
Alchemist, thank you for the resub. Let's go. Keep the Warcraft party going. Indeed. Dude, 40. Is he able to break that base? It's close. Tower is about to be up for a mana potion. At the moment, Mountain King very, very hurt. And more shockwave is coming. Shop getting killed. He got nothing out of that shop, did he?
I don't think he did.
Ooh, so many kills.
Soin. Soin with a great chance here. Somehow he was able to hold. The expansion is still mining. And Fortitude, after a perfect early game, it was that creepjack. That creepjack at the lab that he didn't respect enough, where the militia were kind of a non-factor. And just the reaction wasn't there. 40 might give this game away.
He was hesitating a little, wasn't he? No TP immediately. Just thought, all right, might be able to do this with the Zeppelin. Or was the town portal gone at that point already?
think he had the TP this whole time, if I remember right.
Yeah, right?
He is close to double level 5, which is quite good. But Orc Hero is also looking good. Ooh, big mana potion and normal mana potion. This is going to be a lot of spells.
On the other side, Scroll of the Beast, also mana potion on the MK. And you said it, close to 5 are the human heroes. Is that the win condition? Where Clap and unlimited mana decimates the Orc army when there is no Dispel or any control outside of Ensnare.
I think I'd even prefer to see level 3 Water Elementals. They would be quite strong here as long as they don't get devoured. Difficulty here for 40 will be keeping the casters alive, because this will of course be what Soin is going to be aiming for.
Way more competitive match than map number 1. Soin finding his groove, 40 giving him some options. Expo for the Orc is up now. We are getting Shaman. And then the Water Elemental.
level 5. He is going for the Water Elemental. MK has yet to reveal himself. Scroll the Beast as well. Really strong timing here by 40. Still can make use of the Zeppelin as well.
Chain Lightning was pretty insane. So is the Clap. Lots of units are falling. There's no heal scroll at the moment. Shockwave into the backline. The casters are suffering. So are the peasants. One after the next going down. Clap again, but not hitting too many targets actually. We got breakers in. Mountain King level 5 finally. Purge against the Water Elemental. Could be devoured. Should be devoured. TC. Oh, he threw the kitchen sink at the cow and hit him right at the head. That is supposed to be the carry with Aura, of course, and the big shockwave. Is it enough though? Archmage, next on the menu, no TP, can swap an Invo Potion, he's safe now, he's clapping away, oh Soin, it looked so good for so long, and then it doesn't. Sick fight by 40, Stormbolt again, second kill, 40 does it. Archmage?
Still
dying on
It's
fire.
still close, dude. It's still close.
The wolves are still hungry, eating these rifles. But there's still casters here. The Sork was healed. Now there's control in the mix as well. 37 food versus 37 food.
Taking out the peons at the expansion is a big deal, limiting the income. MK got level 6. Not going for the ult, of course. Doesn't have the mana for it. 40 doesn't even have the money for the tavern res right now.
And of course there's no TP. Reinforcements being caught. TC is back. Soin's army looks a little more... what's the word? Competitive than the Orc army, but there's still an MK and there's still breakers and it's hard to deal with them. All about decision making now.
Yeah, MK is an absolute beast. Here comes the Archmage back from the tavern. MK selling the rings. I think I like that. He doesn't really need armor. MK is tanky enough, I guess. Invo Potion here could be a clutch game-winning item. Does he still have the Zeppelin, I wonder?
I don't think so. Otherwise it should appear in the overlay.
Okay.
Soin saving his series here with that Archmage kill. We have an Invo Potion again, but that wasn't enough before. Is it just the hero levels? We are very, very close to double level 6 and insane value on the Clap.
Soin was somehow able, behind all this chaos, to get Shaman. So now he has Purge, but against level 3 Water Elementals, you need 3 Purges. So that's also not so easy to do.
On the other side, oh, little flank set up here, waiting for the Farseer. It's back. Mana Potion as well. Invis Mountain King, of course, very, very obvious. That flank in general, pretty obvious. Here's the Shockwave. Here's the Clap. Big AoE weapons raining down on the armies. Who's gonna survive? We also have the level 3 Stormbolt, mind you, so hero focus is always an option. Mass AoE on Soin's side. Chain Wave, amazing. Casters, not part of this fight at the moment. Same can be said for that Water Elemental level 5 and also level 6 on the other side. Grunts still standing, but not very strong. Should be picked up one after the next as the breakers... Oh, dying as well. As we got level 3 Wolves. wolves. Farseer again. Little bit of healing keeps him safe. And the priests are, of course, not here. The wolves dominating the left-hand side. 40. Gotta keep this army together now. Sick game. Such a sick game. Stormbolt again. Water Elemental is there. And the Farseer dies again. Level 5 on the TC. What a slobber knocker this is. But 40. I think he got it. Hard to say, but I think he does.
He must. The double level 6. The aura here is so strong. The water element is also super sick. The shaman can't keep up with the elementals. TC got level 5 finally, and so did the Farseer. That seems like just a little bit too late.
Thunderous applause for this MK. Close to level 7 now. And that he can't hold that expo anymore. There's nothing left. 3 grunts and a TC? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's the MK show right now. Clap 3 and Stormbolt 3, so strong. I'm a big fan of Cosmodon, but it's definitely the better choice to go for these spells instead. Because the MK is unkillable, you don't need the tankiness from Cosmodon, and the damage output of Clap, Bash, Stormbolt, Clap, I mean, just insane. Should be enough. Or is it to win this game?
16,000 damage on that MK compared to 12k on the TC. That is a big difference. And now we're pushing into Soin's base. There's no reinforced defenses, as you said. Can easily deal with the burrows, but first and foremost, Alta is on the menu. If the Farseer is not coming back, this game is certainly over. TC has to rush back, but I think you can only shake your head and tap out. Whatever spawns now is dead. To the Stormbolt. And the peons are suffering as well. Oh, poor Soin. What a fight he put on. But this is his last stand now.
Yeah, Farseer, if he comes back, is going to see his home in shambles. MK is just finding kill after kill. Almost level 7 now, as our main bases are about to run out.
And of course, free mana. Thanks to the Brilliance Aura. We even have mass teleport in case we're going into a base race. 40 can always respond. The Water Elemental put on the hero to prevent any clarities, any heal selves, any recovery. It's just not happening. And of course then the Breakers are magic immune. The Wolves are easier to dispel than the Water Elementals. There you go. And this looks hopeless. 26 food. No X Factor spell, really. The Mountain King is just waiting for the perfect moment. And there it is. Oh, Soin bows his head. Fortitude 2-0.
Strong comeback, but ooh, it almost slipped away from him, dude. He almost got, honestly, a little overconfident. He had a great early game, great mid game, and then he didn't respect Soin anymore enough for a creepjack. And that creepjack at the lab was almost deadly. Great play by Soin. Despite being far behind, he looks for his opportunity and finds it. And yeah, that was honestly just complacency. 40 could have reacted to this way better. With the militia call, with the micro in general, he could have just pulled the creep camp out to begin with to be safer, and that almost cost him. But after that, he was behind, but that's also sometimes the mark of a champion. Even when you're behind, you can still find a way back into the game. And here, Fortitude then after this initial